Commissioners. Would you please join me in reciting the Pledge of Allegiance to our flag? I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you. I'm Barb Lewis, President of the Board. To my left is Vice President Jeff Benton, and we also have our County Administrator, Tracy Davies, our Deputy Administrators, Don Houston and Eric Hostetler, and our clerks, Jennifer Walraven and Brandy Wilson. We can begin.
Item number 1, resolution number 25-415, in the matter of approving the electronic record of the proceedings from regular meeting held June 2nd, 2025.
So moved.
Second, discussion, vote.
Vote on motion 25-415. Mrs. Lewis?
Aye.
Mr. Merrill is absent today. Mr. Benton?
Aye.
There's no public comment today, so that takes us to item number 3, resolution number 25-416, in the matter of approving purchase orders, then and now certificates, and payment of warrants in batch numbers CMAPR 0604.
So moved.
Second, discussion, vote.
Vote on motion 25-416. Mr. Benton?
Aye.
Mrs. Lewis?
Aye.
Item number 4, resolution number 25-417, in the matter of acknowledging receipt of annexation petition from agent for the petitioner, Thomas L. Hart, requesting annexation of 44.05 acres of land in Berlin Township to the city of Delaware.
So moved.
Second, discussion, vote.
Vote on motion 25-417. Mr. Benton?
Aye.
Mrs. Lewis?
Aye.
Item number 5, resolution number 25-418, in the matter of approving a contract between the Delaware County Board of Commissioners, the Delaware County Department of Job and Family Services, and Common Ground Family Services, LLC, for supervised visitation services.
So moved.
Second, discussion.
Good morning, Commissioners. My name is Jennifer Wattenshade. I'm the Business Administrator with Job and Family Services. This first item on the agenda for us is a facility that provides us with supervised visitation. We do have a family currently using their services, and they've been quite helpful with getting those visitation meetings arranged.
Okay, any questions?
Yeah, I noticed there's the maximum payment. There's no maximum payment on this contract.
Correct. So we contract with these providers, and some of them we don't know if we're going to have one set of visitation with them, or we don't know if it's going to be an ongoing to reunify the families. So we have it set up kind of like our placement contracts, where also no maximums, and we only use it for what we need. So we increase them as we know that we're having more and more visitations. We just never know how long the reunification process is going to take, so we don't want to encumber a ton of our money for something that we may or may not actually need for the year.
Right. So how does it get encumbered then? How does it get appropriated if there's no?
So as the visits are deemed necessary, the caseworkers let us know, and they say, hey, they're still going to be doing visits. We haven't closed with them yet. So it's just communication between our caseworkers, their supervisors, and our fiscal department. And then we have a purchase order in place for them. And then we submit a purchase order increase for the invoiced amounts.
Okay. Okay.
So the visitation would be people visiting the homes?
So sometimes whenever we have our youth or the youth in our care, they have supervised visitation. Okay. So they meet at the facility where they provide the services. Some of them record, some of them, just have an individual sitting in there supervising the visit. But I know whenever we have supervised visitation in our facility, we have a camera that records the interactions in case there's something that came up that we need to defend in court for, the child's protection or the family's protection.
Sure. Okay. Thank you very much. Vote, please.
Vote on motion 25-418. Mrs. Lewis?
Aye.
Mr. Benton?
Aye.
Item number 6, resolution number 25-419, in the matter of approving the child placement services contracts, first amendments and second amendments between the Delaware County Board of Commissioners, the Delaware County Department of Job and Family Services, and child placement providers.
So moved.
Second, discussion.
This is another wave of our renewals for our placement contracts. We have quite a few on the list today. We only have placements with one of these facilities. The rest are safety nets in case, we receive a child that we need to find a placement for, that they may provide the services that we need. Each one does have an overall increase. A few of the individual placement rates have remained the same. And the one youth that we do have placed, it's a 7.89% increase from last year's rates, and it will be, if they are there for an entire year, it's an additional $10,080.
Okay. Vote, please.
Vote on motion 25-419. Mr. Benton?
Aye.
Mrs. Lewis?
Aye.
Item number 7, resolution number 25-420, in the matter of approving the sub-grant agreement between the Ohio Department of Job and Family Services, the Ohio Department of Medicaid, and the Delaware County Board of County Commissioners for the operations of the Delaware County Department of Job and Family Services.
So moved.
Second, discussion.
This is one of our standard sub-grant agreements. This is where the state provides us with federal and state funding so that we can provide the services that our clients need, so that we can help cover our salaries and benefits and anything that we need to make sure that the clients get what they need.
And this is an ongoing renewal, as in we've been doing this for a long time.
Correct, yes.
Yeah.
Typically, we do them every 2 years.
You do, okay.
Okay, vote, please.
Vote on motion 25-420. Mr. Benton?
Aye.
Mrs. Lewis?
Aye.
Thank you.
Thank you, Jennifer.
Item number 8, resolution number 25-421, in the matter of approving supplemental appropriations for Family Drug Court.
So moved.
Second, discussion.
Good morning, Katie Stenman, Court Administrator with the Delaware County Juvenile Court. This request is due to staffing changes. We need supplemental appropriations to cover differences in salary, benefits, and also health insurance coverage. This project is in its final year, so we endeavor to spend out the project by the end of the next state fiscal year, 2026.
Okay. Vote, please.
Vote on motion 25-421. Mrs. Lewis?
Aye.
Mr. Benton?
Aye.
Thank you.
Thank you,
Thanks,
Katie.
Dee.
Item number 9, resolution number 25-422, in the matter of approving a services agreement with Andritz Separation, Inc. for corrective maintenance repairs to the D4LL centrifuge.
So moved.
Second, discussion.
Morning, Commissioners. Tiffany Mag, Director of Environmental Services. So this is a routine service contract on our centrifuge at the OECC facility. This goes in about every 2.5 to 3 years for service. Typically we spend about $44,000 on this service, but this one is higher due to some of the seals and bearings being replaced. I think it's a $63,000 contract, and this is something that we haven't had to replace those at all, and it's about 25 years old. So it was time for a little bit heavier duty maintenance on this piece of equipment.
Okay. Vote, please.
Vote on motion 25-422. Mr. Benton?
Aye.
Mrs. Lewis?
Aye. Thank you, Tiffany.
And that brings us to administrator reports.
Nothing today, Nothing today.
All right. Commissioner Benton.
Wait, Eric probably has something he usually does.
Yeah.
No, not today. Yeah, I had just a couple things. We have the CCAO regional meeting in Mount Gilead tomorrow. That's always interesting. The Mill on Flax is having a ribbon cutting tomorrow afternoon as well. And that's a really neat project. We've talked about it and played a key role in getting that in place, working with the city and other partners. So it's really nice to see. Morpsey Executive Committee is this afternoon. I got a CCAO Taxation and Finance Committee call this afternoon, which actually should be very interesting. There's a lot going on at the State House in terms of proposed changes to property taxes, sales taxes, income taxes, levy processes. There's just a lot going on at the State House, which could make some major changes in funding and process and so on. So that's all preliminary, and there are a lot of different proposals floating around.
And the
but
budget has to be approved
at the end of June. Right. So it's coming
And some
soon.
of the, yeah, there really is a lot going on too, and the Senate made a lot of changes.
Senate
to
made a lot of changes.
Some of the things that the House passed, so,
Right.
some not so good, frankly.
Yeah.
But anyway.
Yeah, we'll see.
Yeah,
It's
I'm
just-
glad you're on that call.
Yeah,
That's-
again,
that's-
there's so many changes in all those funding sources and again, the processes, how levies get approved and submitted and so on. Board makeup,
Right,
you know, it's
right,
just a lot of changes.
right. Well,
So we'll
stay
see.
tuned.
Yeah,
for the
exactly,
report.
stay tuned.
Okay, and we have no need for executive.
No.
Okay,
Oh my,
therefore, we are adjourned.
11 minutes, that was quick.
Hey,
What happens when Gary's not here? We're done quicker.